you want to celebrate, it's all good for the Mariners right now, riding a 16-9 record here in the month of June. Welcome everybody to Mariner Baseball tonight. Game 2 of a 3-game set with the Cleveland Indians in town. So glad you could join us this Saturday evening. Dave Sims along with Mike Blowers. And one of the reasons for success the Mariners are having of late, outfielders, young, old, and in between. Boy, they getting it done. Look at Endy Chavez at 36 years old. His last 11 games, a 366 clip. Young James Jones, he's at 280 with 14 steals, been caught once. And Michael Saunders just back from the DL. He continues to hit the baseball. A lot of good stuff here, Mike.
Yeah, there is, and it's good to see Saunders back in the lineup. His first game back in last night's game, and off to a great start. Picked up things right where he left off before he had to go on the DL. Hits a double out into the right center field gap. His first at bat in last night's game, and then comes back with another base hit later in the game. So it's good to see Saunders back in the lineup. Saunders hitting 7th last night, so a guy that had been at the top of the order with Jones. Now you have Chavez up there, and Endy and Jones at the top of the lineup. That has been a really good pairing for Lloyd McClendon. As you see, Endy with his first home run of the year. Little insurance run. Mariners needed it. Ended up winning the game 3-2. That home run giving the Mariners their 3rd run. So Endy's been playing extremely well. Because of that, now you add some depth to the bottom of your order with Michael Saunders.
You can see Endy's a real favorite with the ball club here. With all the contributions that he has brought to the table. It's really been a great story. So the Mariners take on the Indians tonight, and we've got Logan Morrison. How about what he's done? He's making major contributions as well.
Well, he really has, and I think that he's played good defense over at first base. And remember, before he went on the DL, he was playing a lot of outfield, a little bit of first base, but now that Smoke has gone on the DL, he's taken over at first and really played well over there. As you see that high batting average, hitting the ball into the seats. Another couple of hits for him, too. He has really played well.
It's been very encouraging and starting to give the Mariners a lot of depth, too, as we move a little bit forward in this season. How about this? Tonight is game number 81, halfway through. No matter how you celebrate, Mariners playing some really good baseball. If the playoffs started right now, they would be in. We're going to continue with our pregame show right after this timeout from Safeco Field. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports, being brought to you by Ford. We are local. By AT&T, mobilizing your world. By AM/PM, too much good stuff. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting the Motor City Madman Ted Nugent for 2 nights, August 2nd and 3rd. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. Beautiful scene around Lake Union today. Meanwhile, here at Safeco Field, the fans coming to see their 43-37 ball club. And on the mound tonight for the Mariners, looking for his 3rd consecutive win, is Roenis Elias. He'll be facing Josh Tomlin, who's been on a skid of late.
If Elias can get that win, that'll be 8 wins at the midway point for him. He has really pitched well. You take a look at his last couple of outings, 13 2/3, just 2 earned runs over those 2 outings, wins in both of them. So he's looking to win 3 in a row. To do that, he's going to have to command his fastball. You look at the Indians, they have struggled a little bit this year, but not on the offensive side. They can hit, and they can go out and they'll try to work their walks. We saw that last night with Chris Young on the mound getting 5 innings in. Elias will have to command that fastball so he can get to the great curveball.
Elias looking to put a big ribbon on the month of June. He's 4-1 with a 3.21 ERA, and he's had a lot better luck than some of these fans have had trying to corral home run balls. The Mariners have done a better job catching, but a lot of those balls going into the stands here are Mariner home runs. Not a bad thing. Mariners tribe. First pitch is straight ahead. From Seattle, Washington, we look down 99 Viaduct as we look towards Safeco Field, where tonight Mariners play Game 2 of a 3-game set with the Cleveland Indians under partly cloudy skies. Mariners playing some outstanding baseball here in the month of June. Welcome, everybody. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew, and Roenis Elias and the Mariners ready for action. And here we go with Michael Bourne leading off. First pitch is off the plate for ball 1. Umpires tonight, Marvin Hudson. There's balls and strikes. The crew chief, Brian O'Nora at first, Adam Homari at second, and Doug Eddings at third. Elias pitched well. He's won 4 of 5 here in the month of June. For the third time this season, he's trying to win a third consecutive ball game. Michael Bourne pops it up. Bourne 3 for 5 last night. A single, a double, and a single, and an RBI. Here's a guy that was been around for a little bit. Second year with Cleveland, with Philly, Houston, and Atlanta. Two-time All-Star, and he's won a couple of Gold Gloves. Up the middle, Cano, backhand, and a nice play to get the speedy Bourne. Let's take a look at the rest of the Cleveland lineup.
Following Bourne, it will be Cabrera, then Brantley. What a year he is having. 322 for Brantley. Then it's Santana, the DH night, hitting cleanup. Kipnis and Gomes. You can see what Gomes has done in his career. Against the Mariners, a 364 hitter with 3 homes. Swisher, Rayburn, and Aviles will round out the 9 for the Indians. And for Elias, having a great year. He will go over 100 innings here at the midway point after tonight's game. A 3.74 ERA for him. 85 strikeouts, 34 walks.
Switch hitter is Asdrubal Cabrera. That is a fair ball down the line. Ackley comes over to get it. And Asdrubal Cabrera into second with his 19th double. One-time Mariner early in his career.
We'll take a look at it. First pitch fastball, and it is right down the line. Kyle Seager, the third baseman this evening, playing off the line, and that bounces right over the bag. Again, it doesn't have to land fair, which just has to go over the base. And see Doug Eddings, third base umpire tonight, calls it fair right away.
So Brantley will stand in now. Michael Brantley, as Cabrera just ended an 0 for 14 run. Make that 0 for 15. 0 for 15 run that he was on coming into this ball game here. Brantley, it's a breaking ball for a strike. Brantley has really pumped up his numbers. Last year, 284, 10 home runs, 73 runs batted in. Here he is among the leaders in the American League in hitting. He already has 12 homers and 52 runs batted in. Fourth in the American League in hitting.
I think Lloyd McClendon would like to see Elias work deep into this game. Chris Young pitched well last night, but had to throw a lot of pitches to get through 5 innings, so it took 5 relievers to get through the rest of the game. Mariners ended up winning the game last night 3-2, and some great work by the bullpen again. He would like to leave those guys alone at least as much as he can tonight.
2 strikes.
Good fastball at the top of the strike zone at 92.
Brantley starting the night 10th in hits with 93. Cano's 8th. Big breaking ball. He hung it. Paid for it. Here's Ackley charging. Cabrera coming around. Here's a throw well off line. And down to second on the throw is Brantley. Cleveland has a 1-0 lead. So an RBI for Brantley. It'll be his 53rd. Takes second on the throw.
Well, you can see this breaking ball is hanging. It's up in the middle of the plate. And with the year that Brantley is having, he is not going to miss that pitch. It's it hard into left field.
Brantley at second base, RBI to his credit. 1-0 Cleveland, brings up Carlos Santana DHing tonight. Ball 1 to Carlos. For 3 last night, struck out twice, walked once. Good job by Zunino to smother. 2-0.
The Indians are 5th in the American League in runs scored, which is a little bit surprising when you see that they're hitting .244 as a team with runners in scoring position.
Well stroked into the gap, plenty of trouble. Brantley will score easily, and Santana with an RBI double makes it 2-0 Cleveland.
This is a fastball. It's down but out over the plate. Easy for Santana to get extension on that as he drives it into the gap. So the Indians now with 3 hits in a row, including a couple of doubles.
Santana, his 11th double of the season. And it brings up their second baseman, Jason Kipnis. Kipnis named to the All-Star team last season. That's a strike one. One. Elias in the month of June. 9-inning shutout. That was a beauty. A 3-hit shutout against Detroit here. Then one at Tampa Bay. Lost to the Yankees here. Didn't have it that day. 6 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs all earned. And 2 fine performances against San Diego and Kansas City. Swing and a miss by Kipnis, 1 and 2. Giving up 2 earned runs his last 2 starts, covering 13 2/3.
He's already given up 2 earned runs here in the first.
2-2. That's a pitch that really worked for him in New York when he struck out 10 back on May 1st.
Well, the key to throwing that pitch, and it'll drop down on the left-handers, is it has to start on the plate. It's a breaking ball. It'll finish off the plate away, but if it starts off the plate, you're not going to get him to offer at it, and that pitch well off the plate away.
2-2.
Just like that one. And Zunino going out to the mound. 17 pitches, 9 strikes.
He gets born on a nice play by Cano, then a double, RBI single, and an RBI double, and it's 2-0 Cleveland. Shade Kipnis towards left center. Pitch. Outside, walked him. First and second brings up Yan Gomes.
And that will bring Rick Waits out of the dugout. So another meeting out on the mound. Take a look at the defense for the Mariners tonight. Ackley in left field, Jones out in center. Michael Saunders, his second starts is coming back from the DL in right. Seager at third base. Miller and Cano playing at the middle. Logan Morrison, the first baseman, and Mike Zunino will do the catching tonight. Quick visit from Rick Waite.
Well, the Indians enter tonight's game 4th in on-base percentage at .327, and boy, are they making the most of it. The last 4 men have reached base. There's Yan Gomes, and like showed you the numbers he's had against the Mariners in his brief career. It's been pretty explosive.
And right now, Elias try to find a way to get him to hit the ball on the ground, get a double play, and get off the field. Indians so far here in the first 2 for 2 with runners in scoring position.
First pitch to Gomes, outside for ball 1. Really slowed down his pace here. Here's the 1-0. 2-0.
Well, you can usually tell how things are going for him by his pace, Dave, and right now he's having a tough time throwing strikes. 20 pitches, just 9 strikes for him. When he finds it and he gets in that groove, he'll work about as fast as anybody. But right now his wheels are spinning a little bit.
Foul ball. 2-1.
The Indians come into this one 3 games under 500, but they can hit 7th in average, 5th in runs scored, 5th in walks, so 5th in on base percentage. They will make a pitcher work, and we saw that last night with Chris Young, and we're seeing it again here with Elias. 21 pitches in the first, just 1 out.
2-1 to Gomes. A couple of men aboard. One after it. Couldn't come up with a 2-2.
Take a look at this last swing. It's an off-speed pitch. Looked like a changeup down in the dirt. It is, and Gomes will swing right over the top of a good play by Zunino.
Two and two. Here's your double play opportunity. Cano, and he throws over. And Elias able to limit the damage to 2 runs for the Cleveland Indians on 3 hits and leave him in 2-0. And here's Lomo stretching out to get that nice throw from Robinson Cano. 2-0 Tribe. Mariners coming to bat. Mariners won 3 of 4 in this homestand, 6 of 7 and 9 of 12, and Indy Chavez played a big part in it. Tonight batting in his 4th game as the DH. Let's take a look at the rest of the batting order for the Mariners.
Starting lineup brought to you by Chevron. Indy Chavez, the DH tonight, leading off. Then it's Jones, Cano, Kyle Seager on the homestand. 647 average with a couple of home runs, 8 RBIs for Kyle. Then it's Morrison, Zunino, Saunders. Good to see him back in the lineup, hitting 7th. Ackley and Miller rounding out the 9 for the Mariners.
First pitch from Josh Tomlin. In there for strike.
Indy with a good night last night. Had a couple of hits, raised his average to 277, including his first home run this year. Also had a stolen base in the game last night.
First home run for Indy. First of the year, and the first since May 31st of last year at San Diego. One pitch. Josh Tomlin, 29 years old, got a career record against the Mariners of 3-1, a 4.62 ERA. And here at Safeco Field, 3-0 with a 3.05 ERA. 2-2. Foul. Good crowd here at the ballpark. Good to see these folks out in right field stands. Tomlin out of Bullard, Texas. 2-2. Bourne's got some good wheels, and he cuts in front of Brantley. Brantley hurt him, and he kept on coming. 1 out.
Take a look at the rest of the defense for the Indians. Brantley in left field. Ryan Rayburn getting his first start out in right. Then it's Aviles at third. Cabrera and Kipnis playing up the middle. Nick Switcher, the DH last night. He is over at first tonight. Jan Gomes doing the catching.
Tomlin missed the bulk of the 13 season. Right elbow reconstruction. Played the minor leagues last year. 1 game with the club, with the Cleveland big club.
He's been pitching well up to a couple of games. He had his ERA to 3.33, but it's gone up a run on him just over the 2 games to a 4.39 ERA. 47 strikeouts, 9 walks, opponents hitting .270. He's given up 10 home runs this year.
So missed by Jones. 0-2.
His last 2 outings, 5 1/3 against the Angels, 5 earned runs. Then his last outing against the Tigers, he went 4 innings and gave up 5 earned runs, so that hurt his ERA.
6'1", 190, originally drafted by the Padres back in 05, 11th round, didn't sign. Got to Cleveland, 19th round pick, 2006. One and 2 to Jones. Shot foul.
He is not a hard thrower. His fastball will be about 90 miles an hour. Also use a cutter, slider, changeup, and a curveball. Last curveball at 74.
Really working those hands in a Ryan Dempster style. 1 and 2.
So many times pitchers, they're worried about wiggling their glove or holding it a little bit differently, a tip off the hitter when they're going to throw their off speed pitches, and it looks like he's just spinning the ball around in his glove until he realizes what pitch he wants to throw to get the seams the way he wants it. And he will do that on every pitch.
Because if he didn't, that would be a tell, and somebody would pick it up
quickly.
Looper will get a shortstop, Cabrera. Is it usually the old coach, or is it maybe some just eagle-eyed bench player that comes up with that stuff?
Well, now it used to be probably the old coach, and then you would have a veteran player that would look for it. But now they have so much video that they get on these guys, and they'll study it. Most of the time you'll have somebody that'll study it, see if they can pick something up on stealing bases, but they will watch closely, and if they're doing something, they will give it away. And usually it doesn't take too long before everybody in the lineup knows about it. But it used to be that way, where it was an older coach or maybe a veteran player, but now I think a lot of it comes from the coaches watching the video and the players trying to find something.
Cano looking to finish the homestand with a flourish so far. 3 for 17. 0 for his last 9. Takes that pitch for a ball. He's 5 for 11. Cano against Josh Tomlin. Good job by Chris Young. See why right there in the middle, picking up win number 7 last night. 5 innings of 4-hit, 1-run ball. 91 pitches.
91 pitches through 5 innings, and he even talked about it. We were talking about it during the telecast when he was pitching, but he mentioned it after the game. The amount of foul balls, the Indians really made him work. Throwing a lot of strikes, pitched well. 61 strikes out of the 91 pitches in last night's game, but they were trying to fight it in the whole way.
Chris Woodward on the left, the infield coach. Don Buck, the backup catcher, on the right. And there's Trevor Bauer, started last night for Cleveland.
He pitched well.
He did. Took the loss. He's 2-4 now. And Cano looks at a called third strike. Punched out by Marvin Hudson. stunned Cano. Mariners go 1-2-3 in the first. Cleveland leads 2-0. Very pleasant here at Safeco Field in Seattle. We'd like to welcome Beaver Creek telephone subscribers from Oregon City, Oregon. Thank you for rooting on the Seattle Mariners. All of us here at Root Sports and the Mariners appreciate your support. Oregon City, a Portland suburb, founded in 1829, first town west of the Rockies to be incorporated. That was in 1844. See if Elias can get back on track here. He's got the bottom third of the order from the Tribe. Here's Nick Swisher. And Swisher looks at strike one. Nicky last night 1 for 3 with a run scored. He's having a miserable start right now to .198, 5 homers and 25 runs batted in. And he leads the club in strikeouts with 68. Elias takes his time and throws him out. Italian Heritage Night, and they've got it in the green, white, and red colors of the great nation of Italy. Rick Rives was already in a bocce ball contest before the game and won, he said.
I understand his team won.
Told her a few guys walking around the ballpark in Alex Liddy jerseys. Alex with the ball club. Italian scarves. Alex born and raised in Italy. Played here for a little bit with the Mariners. This is Ryan Rayburn, former Detroit Tiger. Lloyd McClendon, familiar with him. Good utility player.
Good changeup. Falling behind 2-0, throws the changeup.
Two one. Like Andrew, like he's playing Andrew Dice Clay or something. Maybe a little De Niro. Yeah, he thought Jimmy Conway. He's playing Jimmy Conway from Goodfellas. That's what he's doing. That's what it is. This one hot play by Seager. Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas. What a movie that was and is. De Niro playing Jimmy the Jet Conway, one of his really great roles. 2 outs. Brings up Mike Aviles. Mike at third base tonight. Play all the infield spots. Aviles has been with Kansas City from 08 to 11, Boston in 11 and 12, second year now with Cleveland. Got a unique approach up at the plate. He's behind 0-2.
Well, after a couple of fastballs inside, right on the corner, getting the call, trying to get him to chase a curveball, able to lay off of it.
In addition to playing everywhere in the infield but first, Aviles has also played in center and in left field for Terry Francona.
Another changeup in the dirt. I think with Elias, the thing that we've seen from him is he's had the good fastball. We could see that in spring training. His curveball was his best pitch, but I think his changeup is improving. Continues to work on his changeup. That'll be another weapon for him, and I think over his last few games he's been able to use it, and it's been an effective pitch for him.
High ball 3.
He wanted that curveball. You can see right at the top of the strike zone, did not get the call at 79 miles an hour.
2 outs, nobody on, and a 3-2 pitch coming to Aviles. High fly ball. James Jones taking control out there. 1-2-3 inning. Much better for Elias. This guy doing a Jimmy Conway, but I got to tell you, Brendan Ryan, the former Mariner, now with the Yankees, might do it just a little bit better. Home second coming up here, and it is now time for you to tweet your photos using the hashtag MarinersFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown later on in the game, brought to you by AT&T. Kyle Seager leading it off. How about this homestand? 11 for 17, 5 runs, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 8 ribbies. That ain't too shabby.
And it just so happens that the Cleveland Indians is a club that Kyle has worn out. Highest batting average against is the Cleveland Indians, .395 for Kyle, and he started this series off with 3 base hits in last night's game. Indians will put the shift on again.
Seager followed by Logan Morrison and Mike Zunino, 4, 5, and 6 here for the Mariners, who trail 2-0. First inning RBI single by Brantley and a double. Driving in a run by Carlos Santana. 2-1. Seager to right field. Hit it hard. Going back.
Oh, what a
catch by Ryan. Right Gave it a ride, and Rayburn was able to track it down. Nice play.
Well, Kyle gets a pitch in the middle of the plate. It looks like a changeup. 85 miles an hour, and you're not going to hit it much harder. Rayburn with a great play. I thought it was over his head, but full extension on the dive as he makes the catch, taking a double away from Seager.
So one away here in the Mariners' second inning. Nice effort by Rayburn. Here's another guy swinging it well. Logan Morrison, 8 for 14 here in the homestand. 4 runs scored, 2 homers, a sac fly, 5 runs knocked in, and he's walked twice.
Indians keep the shift on with Morrison hitting.
All other action in the American League West Finals. Angels won at Kansas City 6-2. Texas won at home 5-0, beating Minnesota. Detroit won at Houston 4-3, and Oakland won at Miami at 14, 7-6.
Mariners early work today. They had some guys out working on their bunting. Jones and Chavez, you'd probably expect that. How about Morrison, though? He's been working on his bunting. He has a bunt base hit on the homestand, and it's because of the shift. He was out trying to bunt the ball firmly towards third base and keep it fair.
I like that consistent approach, too, that the guys have had. Boy, they are dedicated to it.
They are.
1-2. There's Cabrera. Throws that Morrison 2 away.
I think he's going to pick up some base hits doing that this year. And I think with Morrison especially, you could, with the Indians having the shift on, Aviles was out the shortstop area. The reason that they do that, obviously, because he pulls the ball, and I think for him he has to pick his spots. And when he's tried it, and he's tried it probably 3 or 4 times and ended up with 1 base hit, typically it's going to be when he's leading an inning off. If there's an out or 2, you want him to swing the bat to try to hit the ball in the seats and get you a run that way, so he's not going to try it. But if he's leading off, that's probably the best time, and that's when we've seen him try to do it, to get an inning started.
Mike Zunino leads all American League catchers in home runs. He's got 11. He's 3rd in the big leagues.
We have Perez is second with 9. Perez from Kansas City, and then Gomes, who's catching tonight for Cleveland, in 3rd place with 8 home runs.
One, 2 to Mike. And Mike Z strikes out a 1-2-3 inning for Josh Tomlin, who's retired the first 6 men that he faces. He's got a 2-0 lead. field, flying their red, white, and green, as folks also getting their recyclables to take home here. Hey, your young All-Stars can take home a poster of 5-time All-Star Robinson Cano. And they head to the ballpark tomorrow afternoon to see the Mariners and Indians wrap this up at 1:10. The poster, the Mariners second baseman, free to all kids thanks to Aquafina. Go get your tickets for the whole family at Mariners.com.
Michael Bourne starting things here in the third inning, the leadoff hitter for the Indians. CLE has come back with a 1-2-3 second inning after he gave up the 2 runs in the first. This will be a pop-up out to Brad Miller at short.
Anything that you noticed after the first inning into the second inning and now popping up Bourne?
I think that the tendency sometimes, especially for a young pitcher, and he looks like he feels good tonight. His stuff is certainly really good. You overthrow a little bit, and I think that was the case for him. Falling behind a little bit. We talked about his fastball command, so hopefully he's past that and has settled into the game to where he can command his fastball a little bit better so that he can get to his curveball. I think that in the second inning, throwing some changeups, probably, and here's going to throw one right here. I think throwing the changeup is better because I think for him, because it's his third best pitch as he grounds this one over to third. It gets him thinking more mechanics and not trying to overthrow. He just wants to make a good pitch with his changeup, and everything else kind of comes in to play after that. So a good job by Zunino to call the changeup and make him throw it.
To add to that, you know, sometimes you watch a pitcher sometimes and he's too upright. It looks like he's getting a little bit more bend, you know, in the legs. A lot of times
pushing off a little bit more. You think?
Yeah, pushing off and just look
and finishing it, and then he'll finish. Yeah, because sometimes you get out there and you don't stride all the way out there and you end up standing up top. And then again, that's because maybe his arm feels really good tonight and he's just cutting it loose. And I think, you know, we saw a couple of trips out to the mound in the first inning. Zunino first, and then Rick Waits came out to have a conversation with him. But he definitely has made an adjustment, and I think a big part of that, though, is Zunino calling for his changeup just to slow him down a little bit. And I don't mean the pace at which he's pitching.
No.
I mean, yeah, it just his mechanics.
Right, exactly. But you always hear pitching coaches over here, get that back. You know, there's a certain tucking mechanism.
You could see it on that last pitch, that fastball up out of the zone, how upright he was. Didn't quite finish that pitch.
Whereas in the second inning,
again,
the 1-2-3.
Right. That was better.
Because he's had stretches like that earlier, you know, when he had a couple bad games, and he had to throw a clunker in there every now and then, and you've seen him do that.
Yes, we definitely have. I think again it speaks to his ability, though. This is a young man that was in Double-A last year, certainly not completely polished like he is going to be, which is kind of scary because he's still pretty good. But he has so much ability. And his tendency for me at times, I watch him, is his inability to command his fastball. And that's typically when he gets into trouble. And we're seeing a little bit of that tonight. And that's why I like the job that Zunino has done calling his changeup.
Got a 3-1 count here to Michael Brantley. RBI single to left. First time up. And Cano, nice and easy. Backhands, throws him out in the 1-2-3 inning. 8 pitches for Elias. And found his stride. He's down 2-0. Jack in the Box for the new jalapeno ranch or barbecue ultimate cheeseburgers at participating restaurants. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast, as we look at the Willamette Falls, one of the widest in the country, 1,500 feet by 40 feet tall. Discovered by some Europeans back in 1810. Michael Saunders drops one down. Tomlin off the mound, throws him out for out number 1 here in the third.
We were just talking about that, about Morrison dropping a bunt every now and then when he's leading off an inning. Michael tried it, but unfortunately he bunted it back to the pitcher. If he gets that towards the line, he probably picks up a base hit. I don't think Aviles, the third baseman, was playing in close enough, but back to the pitcher, and it's 1-3.
7 up, 7 down for Josh Tomlin. Here's Dustin Ackley. Going with the stirrups look here tonight, trying to break an 0 for 14. At this stage, try anything, right?
Try anything. Yeah.
High drive, deep right center field. Rayburn has a track, calls off Bourne, 2 away. Tired the first 8 men that he's faced. That'll bring up Brad Miller, the shortstop.
Well, Brad's been swinging the bat well. See if he can get him in the stretch. Mariners need a base runner.
He's having a good time with Mom. Got the big hot dog, saving up for the ice cream. Italian sausage, of course.
Brad hitting .313 over his last 26 games. That .210 average, you don't think much, but when you're down at 150, that's doing some work. See, even his last 9 games, .414 average with a couple of home runs. So he's been much better. That will help out the Mariners. You get the guys at the bottom of the lineup swinging the bat, especially the way that Saunders has now that he's back with the club at it, to what Miller's been doing. Pick up some runs.
Take it back a month ago, Brad was at 153. He's made a good run here. 1-1 pitch. RBI single in the 4th inning last night is 1 for 3. Field for Brantley, easy play for him. This time through the order. Josh Tomlin uses 7 pitches to get through the 3rd inning. He's 9 up, 9 down, and a 2-0 lead. Indians lead at 2-0 here at Safeco Field, and make sure you get downtown from the airport for only $275 on Sound Transit's Link Light Rail. See how easy it is at soundtransit.org. Good to have you with us here at Safeco Field. here in Seattle. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Root Sports Crew. Mariners 16-9 the month of June. They've won 3 of 4 in this homestand. 6 of the last 7, 9 of the last 12.
Well, hopefully Elias has settled down. 1, 2, 3 innings in the second and the third after giving up 2 in the first, and it looks like he's going to need to, because so far Tomlin is perfect against the Mariners through 3 innings.
Carlos Santana, RBI double in the first inning.
I would say a disappointing year for him so far. Hitting .208 coming into the game. He does have 12 home runs and 31 RBIs, so he's shown some power, but he hasn't been consistent at the plate with that .208 average.
Inverted catcher, playing more at third and first. Actually, more at first these days.
Another good changeup. And you can see on the EQC tracer where that changeup is down out of the strike zone. We were talking about it in the first inning with his breaking ball. It has to appear that coming out of his hand that it's going to be in the strike zone, and that's where his changeup has been. It looks like a low fastball, and then the bottom falls out of it.
Hit it off his fist. Here's Cano. Throws out Santana. Coming up tomorrow, Century Lake Link to what's next. TJ House will go against Felix Hernandez. Look at Felix, 9-2 with a 2.24 ERA.
And it's just hitting .215 against him.
A little bit of luck and a little more run support. And he's had good run support for him compared to over the years. He's number 2 to Tanaka in ERA at 2.24. Tanaka pitching tonight at 2.11. Yeah, Felix could have 10, 11 wins, 11 or 12 wins easy.
Yeah, he had that 3-game stretch where he was outstanding and the guys just couldn't score any runs for him. But over the course of the season so far, they've done a good job of scoring runs for Felix, and hopefully that'll continue tomorrow. And with Felix going, finishing up the series tomorrow, you certainly would like to see the Mariners get this one and maybe a sweep with Felix on the mound tomorrow afternoon.
I'm darn sure going to feel better getting up in the morning if they can get tonight, that's for sure.
Knowing that he's on the mound, yeah, you betcha. Especially when you're heading out on another road trip.
Exactly. And the good news, it's as Mariner road trips go, Michael, it's a short one.
It is?
No, you want to see it. Look at that last one coming up in September. That's the mother of all road trips there, boy. Man, that last one. Angels, Houston, Toronto, all aboard. This is going to be easy. Houston and Chicago with the day off in the great city of Chicago.
Yeah, spend the 4th of July in Chicago.
Strike 2. Tanaka and the Yankees lost. Boston beat them 2-1. Tanaka's now 11-3 and his ERA is at 2.10. 3-2 to Kipnis. Walked his first time.
The Mariners have some work to do if they want to keep pace. Angels beat Kansas City 6-2. Oakland beat Miami 7-6, and Texas has won. They beat Minnesota 5-0. So they're going to have to find a way to get back into this one.
Three and 2 here to Kipnis. They lost him with the breaking ball. Second walk issued by Elias, an out base runner here in the 4th. Here's what the standings look like up to the minute. Angels have been playing some good ball. What do you think of that trade? Frieri from the Angels to Pittsburgh for Jason Grilli. Change of a swap of closers. Thought that was pretty interesting.
I think it is, yeah.
And they give up, was it Frieri's something like 27 and Grilli's about 37.
It's about winning today, Dave.
Understood.
Yeah.
But I thought Frieri, I was surprised that the Angels would give him up. They had been one of the better performers in an inconsistent bullpen. Get out of play. Mike Napoli hit a top of the 9th home run for the Red Sox to win at New York. John Lester wins it. He's 9-7. And Urahara picked up the save of 17th. Yan Gomes bounced into a double play his first time.
Houston lost to the Tigers 4-3, but question everybody wants to know, how many hits for Altuve today? That guy has been unreal. Leads the league in hitting at 342 now.
Dynamic guy, he really is. Altuve 2 for 4. Swing on this. That's been a good pitch for Elias against Gomes, and now the second at bat.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the Mariners do going in there Monday. How they handle him. Mariners' second best pitching staff ERA wise in the American League. 2 for 4, so he raised his average again.
343. Right field, easy play for Saunders. 2 down. We'll bring up Nick Swisher. 2 outs, 1 on. Brantley and Santana driving in runs in the first inning for Cleveland. Meanwhile, Josh Tomlin, if you're just joining us, the right-hander for the Tribe, perfect through the first 3 innings with 2 strikeouts. Swisher, a little tapper back to Elias his first time up. Strike 1. Oh, 1 to Swisher. Ball 1, 1-1. This out of Guantanamo down in Cuba. Got a 1-1 here. 2-1. Swisher started his big league career with Oakland in 04 and moved on to the White Sox in 08, the Yankees from 09 through 12, and now in his second year with Cleveland. Ground ball to Miller. Throws across, and that will do it. Indians strand a runner in the 4th. They lead 2-0. unleashed from the rules of wireless restrictions. Good first inning for Cleveland.
A couple of pitches in the middle of the plate ended up costing Elias. Base hit by Brantley, their best hitter, and then Santana hits his fastball into the gap. And Cleveland takes an early 2-0 lead, and that is where we are.
Meanwhile, Josh Tomlin perfect through the first time through the order. 9 up, 9 down. Time now for Indy Chavez to lead it off. Chavez, Jones, and Cano.
I think the first time through, the only ball that was hit hard is the one that Kyle Seager hit out towards right field that Rayburn made a diving catch on, a line drive from Kyle.
That's the one. Andy flied out to center first time. Let's see, strike 101. Indians, month of June for them, 12-11, losing 5 of the last 6 ball games. Mile high pop at Villas, no play. Two and two to Andy.
And so far for Tomlin, he's just done a good job of mixing up his pitches. Again, he's not an overpowering pitcher, but he's kept the ball down. Fastball's been around 89, 90 miles an hour. He's used a cutter and a curveball, mixing in his changeup.
Left field, Brantley's got it. One out here in the fourth. 10 up, 10 down. School may be out for summer, but Kings Court still in session. Make sure you join us tomorrow afternoon. King Felix toes the rubber against the Indians here at 110. Fans, get your ticket in the Royals section for only $35. Plus, you're going to get a free Kings Court t-shirt. So join the fun. And get your tickets at mariners.com/Felix. Here's James Jones, popped out the short, taking a bunt down the line with them. Tomlin got him. Nice play. 2 down.
Let's take a look at it. Gets off the mound in good shape, and a close play at first. They do get him, though. That's a good call. So we've seen the Mariners try to drop down a couple of bunts. Saunders tried to drop a bunt down his first time up and was thrown out by Tomlin, and now Jones. Watching James today working on that play. He wants to bunt that ball firmly past the mound. He doesn't want the pitcher to be able to field it. So he had it in the right direction, just didn't bunt it hard enough.
Here's Cano, took a called third strike first time up. Drops in a breaking ball for a strike. It's 0 for 2. Don't forget, tomorrow, free posters, Robinson, Cano, and these are some of the nice goods available for you here when you come to Safeco Field. Oh, and 2 to Robbie, who's 5 for 12 against Tomlin. 1 and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Tough homestand for Robbie. It's 3 hits. 2-2 pitch.
And that's the best pitch he's had, to hit a fastball right in the middle of the plate. 2-2 count.
Two and two. Struck him out. Gomes will apply the tag. And how about Josh Tomlin? Through 4 innings, he is perfect. Here at Safeco Field, Josh Tomlin perfect through the first 4 innings against the Mariners. Good crowd on hand here, as the Mariners playing some really good ball here in the month of June. Leading off is Ryan Rayburn, grounded out to third. His most notable contribution tonight, robbing Kyle Seager of a doubler. Great diving, leaping catch in the right center field gap. Kyle led off the 2nd inning. Rayburn to be followed by Mike Aviles and Michael Bourne.
Well, the good news for the Mariners is Elias, after throwing 23 pitches in the first inning, has his pitch count back in pretty good shape. And since the first inning, he's only had 1 base runner. It was a walk. Ended up walking Kipnis in the 4th.
One, 2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Elias has walked 2. The 2 walks have been to second baseman Jason Kipnis. Hasn't struck out anybody yet. It's 2-2 here to Rayburn. And there's his first K. One down here in the 5th. Time's running out to vote for Robinson Cano of the Mariners. Send him to Minnesota for the 2014 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. You can help send your favorite Mariners by voting up to 35 times at Mariners.com. Vote exclusively at Mariners.com or on your mobile phone. Voting ends this Thursday. Don't forget about Kyle Seager. Not at all. Starting to attract a lot of national attention with the numbers he's been putting up. Line drive over the glove of a leaping Brad Miller. Line drive by Mike Aviles. 1 out base runner here in the 5th.
So a fastball down right at the bottom of the strike zone. It is in the middle of the plate. Aviles just drops the barrel of the bat on it. Solid line drive over the outstretched arm of Brad Miller. Aviles has been a good player in this league for a long time. You mentioned earlier, can play a lot of the positions in the field, but a good hitter too, especially against left-handed pitching.
Bourne shows bunt. 0 for 2, ground out to second. Now popped to short.
A little bit surprised. We're here at the midway point, and he only has 6 stolen bases.
I know. I couldn't believe that either. Cleveland 9th in base stealing this season. Brantley's 9 for 9. Bourne 6 for 9. You expect Bourne putting up a lot bigger numbers than that. Inside. Bourne back in 09 with Houston. 61, then went to 52, 39, and 22. All those 4 seasons led the league. At 42 with Atlanta in 12. There's first strike, 3-1. Bounce foul, 3-2. Pitch, runner goes, and that one hit into the gap. Aviles to third, getting a wave on, and he's going to score. And it's 3-0 Cleveland. Michael Bourne, an RBI double to right center field. For Bourne, it's his 8th double and 20th RBI.
Well, again, Elias falling behind, doesn't want to walk. Bourne gives him a fastball in the middle of the plate in a 3-2 count. As a hitter, you're going to be much more aggressive, and Bourne is as he drives this ball into the gap out in right center field. Aviles was on the move with the pitch, and even though Jones was able to cut it off, he'll come around and score.
That will bring up Asdrubal Cabrera. First inning double. Next time up, he grounded out to third. The other side of this story for Cleveland, they have a 3-0 lead. Meanwhile, their pitcher Josh Tomlin perfect through 4 with 3 strikeouts. Terry Francona in his second year with the Tribe. 2 world championships with the Boston Red Sox.
And he is certainly aware of the situation tonight after the Mariners win the first game of this series, knowing that Felix is going tomorrow. I'm sure he really wanted to get this one tonight, and he's in good shape right now. And he is with 3 runs on the scoreboard, and the Mariners still looking for their first hit.
Towards the line. No play for Saunders. Good night for that little left-hander there. Oh boy. Oh, 2 pitch. Breaking ball, check swing, foul. Cabrera with the double in the first inning ended a run where he was 0 for 15.
And a balk.
All three umpires, all four umpires saw that one.
It looked like he was coming set and maybe was going to drop the ball. Tried to catch it. And that's enough. That'll be a balk. He really needs to strike out now. Just one out.
Fifth balk by Mariner pitching. The third by Elias. Infield comes in close here. Fouled off.
Watch when he comes set. There it is. Almost dropped the ball, and they called it right away.
So one out. Bourne at third now. Hit well. Deep left center field. Run down by Ackle. Bourne will cruise home. 4-0 Indians. Sac fly for Cabrera. Picks up his 33rd run batted in. Two away here in the fifth inning. Brings up Michael Brantley 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Strike one to Brantley. Starting tonight as fourth leading hitter in the league. Top 4 men in the lineup counted for the runs for Cleveland tonight. Bourne, Cabrera, Brantley, and Santana.
He has just not had a good feel for his breaking ball tonight. I think his changeup has been a much better pitch for him. Last curveball in the dirt, and you can see a little bit of frustration on his face.
Cano. Strong arm just gets Brantley as the Indians put another run on the board and have another couple of runs on the board and lead at 4-0. Safeco Field, we take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the ball game. It's been Josh Tomlin, Mike, perfect through 4.
He's been very good. See this strikeout, Cano. Only one ball has really been hit hard, and it came off the bat of Kyle Seager. And he ends up getting some defensive help. Ryan Rayburn getting the start in right field, a diving catch to rob Seager of a double. But he has been really sharp today and had the good curveball going as he strikes out Zunino. A little bit surprising, too. You look at the Mariners, the active players that they have combined hitting .485 off of Tomlin coming into this game. Indians put the shift on again with Seager hitting.
And that will get down. Breaks up the perfecto here in the 5th. First base runner for the Mariners. Yeah, that's in the go figure category. .485 all the starters.
Well, Kyle's hit the ball well a couple of times. Has this one base hit to show for it. Trying to add to what has already been a good homestand for Kyle. Good to see him hit the ball on a line the other way. Pitch away from him. Good fastball away from him. He just goes with the pitch.
12th hit here on the homestand for Seager. It was 12 for 19. Here's Logan Morrison.
I think the hope is that now that Tomlin finally has to pitch out of the stretch, he won't be nearly as sharp.
It's out of play. Very generous. Good fans down there. Shift on again here for Morrison. Grounded to Cabrera. There's Cabrera up the middle. Shortstop. Mariners won last night's game 3-2. Andy Chavez with a 7th inning home run. Boy, did that prove to be big when Rodney gave up a 9th inning run. 3-2 victory. And today, this is the midpoint of the season. Completes the midpoint of the season. Game number 81. Inside to Morrison, 1-1. Andy Van Slyke, the first base coach. Seager taking his lead. Swisher, the Indians' first baseman. Took a lot off of that pitch. Lomo gets all over it, but Bourne is there to cut it off and put it in his glove for the first out. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Wrap up this homestand tomorrow. Brief roadie. Houston for 3 divisional matchup. Then the Chicago White Sox. White Sox struggling last place in the Central Division. Then come home for the Twins, who are in 4th place in the Central. And then those A's will come to town, and that will finish out. First half of the season takes right into the All-Star break. Here's Mike Zunino, struck out his first time. High to Mike, ball 1. 4 runs on 5 hits for the Indians. They've left 2 men aboard. No runs and 1 hit. They're coming here in the 5th for the Mariners.
Mike's first time up, he saw sliders and curveballs. Tomlin did not want to throw him a fastball. Huge hole on the right side of the infield. Kipnis, the second baseman, playing up the middle.
One. Hitting coach Howard Johnson hoping Zunino can come through here on a 1-1 pitch. 2 strikes.
Like another slider off the plate away. Mike's having a tough time laying off of that pitch.
Fouls it off. Zunino with his strikeout in the first at bat, 4 for 17 here in the homestand. And now looking to break an 0 for 8. Breaking ball gets him. 2 down. 4th strikeout for Tomlin.
Sliders and cut fastballs away, and then he comes back with the curveball. 75 miles an hour, 12-6 curveball. And I don't think that Mike is seeing the ball very well out of his hand. He's chasing pitches that are off the plate.
2 outs, Seager at first. Here's Michael Saunders, tried to bunt his way on as he led off the 3rd. Tomlin bounced off the mound, threw him out. Strike 1 to Michael. Full strength, 74 miles an hour, 0-2. Saunders. So that's sunlight coming through. Hopefully that does not affect his peripheral vision. Glare coming in from beyond the left field stands. Dirt, Seager takes off. Gomes' throw, throws it away. Bourne backing up. Here's Seager to 3rd. The throw, not in time.
So we'll have a wild pitch to 2nd and an E2 to 3rd.
So runner at 3rd now on the wild pitch, E2.
That's been one of the things that Cleveland has struggled with. They are last in fielding. As you take a look at this curveball in the dirt. It's a good jump by Kyle. I think Gomes, if he had to do it over again, he wouldn't throw it. Kyle was going to beat the throw.
1-2 here to Saunders. Strike 3 called. No runs, 1 hit, an error, a man left, 5 complete, 4-0 Cleveland.
Saying hi, everyone. Angie Mentink here at the Ford Sports Desk. Coming up this week on a brand new episode of Mariners All Access, Mike Blowers makes the show. We're going to hear from him about a memory in the Windy City. He relives a memorable game in which the win cost his teammate a no-hitter. Alex Jackson, the Mariners' first pick in the draft, finally signed. We're going to hear from Alex and his family. James Jones, he tells us how he traded in power for speed, why he traded in his power for more consistency, and of course, speed never hurts. Guys, that's all coming up on a new episode of Mariners All Access. Hey, Bark in the Park as well, the first ever coming to Safeco Field. We're going to hear from the players who love to bring their pooches with them to work.
That's coming up at noon tomorrow. Where were we? Kansas City last Sunday.
Kansas City.
Bark in the Park.
Yeah. It was a warm day. They had to bring a lot of umbrellas for the puppies.
Some of them not too puppyish. Santana, Kipnis, and Gomes here in the sixth. 4-0 Cleveland. 2 in the first, 2 in the fifth for the Tribe. Elias today has walked 2, struck out 1.
Santana drove in a run in the first inning with a double. And Elias now 87 pitches, 49 strikes for him.
2-2. Breaking ball, strikes out Santana. Second strikeout for Elias.
It's a hard curveball, 79 miles an hour. Starts it on the inside corner, ends up almost behind his back foot.
Brings up second baseman Jason Kipnis. He's walked twice tonight. To the strike, 1-1. All 2 strikes. Seager, friendly hop, throws out Kipnis, 2 down. Italian Heritage Night here at Safeco Field, and that's a constant here at the ballpark. Wonder how much more they had to make this evening. Coming up to the booth at any time. We got plenty of hungry guys up there. just wondering. And Dave Valley's not even here.
No, he's not. I'm sure the guys know our address up here, though. What do you say all the time? Right above the A?
That's right. I like to say a lot of my friends pepperoni and regular. Shout out to the boys. 1-1. Slow breaking ball. 2 balls on strike. So it's not as sharp as we've seen him on multiple occasions.
97 pitches now. No, I think you're absolutely right. He's just relying on his stuff tonight. Trying to locate hasn't been working for him.
Propped up. Might it come back to Zunino? Oh, it got off his glove. Oh, tough break.
Well, Lloyd did his job. He ended up getting out of the way for him. I'd like to know what that exchange was about. Well, Mike gets over there in good shape. Lloyd trying to cover up.
Ooh, oh boy.
Well, at least he saved the manager.
Exactly. For this. Ball got crunched. That ball got crunched by Yan Gomes. He's homered against the Mariners again. We saw it 2 times in one game last year on a May Monday, and he does it again to make it 5-0. Got it on a 3-2 pitch.
Well, again, command. This is a fastball that's going to be in the middle of the plate and elevated above the belt. For Gomes, his 9th home run on the year.
Comes with 2 outs here in the 6th. Saunders coming on. He's there. Home run for Gomes. Extends the Cleveland lead to 5-0. On Root Sports is being brought to you by Pizza Hut. Too much good stuff. By Seattle City Light. Visit seattle.gov/WePower for more information. And by the Washington State Department of Labor and Industries. When you're choosing a contractor, hire smart and go to protectmyhome.net. Welcome across Elliott Bay at the Space Needle. These folks may be just back from a sea cruise. Dustin Ackley leads off. He is 0 for 1, fly to right. And Ackley 0 for his last 15. One to 1 in the count. Ackley, Brad Miller, and Indy Chavez 8-9-1 here for the Mariners.
Well, Dominic Leone getting loose for the Mariners in the pen, so Elias, he will be done for the night. 6 innings, 5 earned runs for Elias.
Ackley rolls over on one. Swisher backhands to Tomlin, who got there in time. 1 out. 1 down here in the 6th. Hey, fellas, make safe go field your man cave on Friday, July 11th for EQC Guys Night Out. When you purchase a specially priced ticket for $25, you're going to score main level ticket, your first drink, plus a Mariners Red Party Cup. Enjoy rock music throughout the Mariners A's game, courtesy of KISW. So get your tickets to Guys Night Out. They're available only at mariners.com/guys. 1-1 to Brad Miller, flied out the left. Josh Tomlin retired. First 12 men that he faced, perfect through 4. And then on an 0-1 pitch leading off the 5th, Kyle Seager singled to left center field. And he is the only Mariner base runner to this point. Got him to third on a wild pitch and a throwing error by Gomes, the catcher.
Well, Elias had to throw a lot of pitches to get through 6, and Tomlin on the other end of it. A good changeup from him. Just 68 pitches as he works here in the 6th. 49 strikes.
One, 2. Strike 3 called. Stunned Brad Miller.
Well, it was a late call, a delayed call. Marvin Hudson, the home plate umpire, thought that breaking ball, it's a slow breaking ball. He thinks it gets the outside corner, but it looks like it's a little bit off the plate away. And they tried to go back inside with the curveball. Wow.
So Tomlin now, 2 of the last 3 hitters he's got on called strikes, and he struck out 3 of the last 4. Gives him 6 for the ball game.
I would say that last one was generous. Typically, if you set up in an area and you miss it, and it still is off the plate, you're not going to get the call. But he picks up a strike call right there with that curveball.
Andy Chavez 0 for 2. Fly to center, fly to left. Two and 0. So 3-0 the count. 6 strikeouts, no walks by Tomlin. James Jones on deck. Takes a strike. Three-one pitch coming to Andy. Center field backs up Bourne. He's got plenty of room. And that'll do it. Through 6. A 1-hit shutout by Josh Tomlin. Dominic Leone will take over when we return. Baseball on Root Sports is being brought to you by Vern Fonk Insurance. Bad luck can hit anyone. Insure with the 13th man, Vern Fonk Insurance. And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. As you look at Oregon City, the end of the Oregon Trail Museum opened in the trail opened in 1843, led by Marcus Whitman. And that is some route. Conestoga wagons, long haul coming over from the Missouri and the Mississippi River. Oh, the travels those folks went through. Very impressive. Good pitcher for the Mariners. Dominic Leone is Randis Elias is done for the evening.
It was a struggle for him. 6 innings, 6 hits, but 5 runs. All of them earned, a couple of walks, 2 strikeouts, 100 pitches, 58 of those for strikes for Elias, but his night is done. Dominic Leone will take over. Lloyd probably looking to get a couple of innings out of Dominic. 28 appearances on the year, 2.25 ERA, 35 strikeouts in the 32 innings that he has pitched. Opponents hitting just 220 off of Dominic. Good fastball. He'll be 94 to 96 miles an hour with a hard slider.
Pitched 5 days ago against the Boston Red Sox. Scoreless inning, struck out 2. Ryan Rayburn, Mike Aviles, and Michael Bourne, 8, 9, and 1. Here in the 7th inning. Rayburn tonight. Round out the 3rd to strikeout.
That took a piece out of Mike Zunino.
Marvin Hudson going to give him some extra time here. Oh, 2 strikes. 23,012 on hand here. Italian Heritage Night, Safeco Field. Seager on the hop, long throw. Gets Rayburn. One away. There's always good action out at the pen. A lot of these folks have been here, some batting practice, enjoying their Saturday afternoon and early evening.
It's turned out to be a good evening here. Some rain earlier in the day, but the sun came out. Roof's been open.
Baroni Beer, Italian beer makers, doing some good business out there. There's Mike Aviles. Base hit to left, run scored in the 5th. First time up, he flied to center. One and 1. One hit night for the Mariners through 6. Kyle Seager, a leadoff single to left in the 5th inning. That's it. Phillies on the take. Ball 2, 2 and 1. Second ball he's hitting really hard here tonight.
Both of them fastballs in the middle of the plate.
Nice short swing. Aviles 2 for 3 coming up tomorrow. CenturyLink link to what's next. TJ House will face the king, Felix Hernandez. Felix at 9-2 with a 2.24 ERA. Be the last time we see the Tribe until July 29, 30, and 31 in Cleveland. This guy is a day early, but that's how many people will be attired down in the left field corner tomorrow afternoon. Top of the order, Michael Bourne. Does he ever put that bat down?
I don't think so.
Well, next time he'll have a chance to swing the bat. August trip to Philly. Zunino throw is there in time. Throws out Aviles, who's caught for just the 3rd time this season.
Good strong throw from Mike and a quick tag from Brad Miller. Well, that was closer than what I originally thought. You know, that he tagged him that far up on his leg as his foot just hits the base.
They own 1 and 2. 2 outs, nobody on. And Zunino holds on to that foul tip, and that'll do it. So Dominic Leone on Italian Heritage Night gets through the 7th inning. Mariners trail 5-0. James Jones, Robinson Cano, and Kyle Seager. Maybe we'll see a Mariner uprising here in the 7th when we get back here on Root Sports. Brought to you by Washington's Lottery and the Department of Imagination. What would you do if you won? 7th inning stretch time here at Safeco Field in Seattle. Dave Sims, Mike Blauer, Root Sports crew. Mariners catcher Mike Zunino doing a good job getting the 2nd out of the 7th inning, throwing out Mike Aviles. Mike Zunino now 13 out of 45 against would-be base stealer, 29%. James Jones going to lead it off here. I love having Mariner vision here because you never know, at any moment you could be up on a board, and it's funny to watch people's reactions when they catch themselves. All right, let's see if they can get moving here.
They have not been able to solve Tomlin. Just 1 hit, base hit from Kyle Seager. Kyle's had 2 good at bats, hit the ball hard both times. Rayburn robbed him of a base hit out in right field. Well, that's pretty much been it for the Mariners tonight.
And from the you just can't figure it out sometimes in baseball category, what was that number you cited earlier with the starters had 485?
Yeah,
starters
Mariners roster. Yeah.
Yep. Mariners roster against Josh Tomlin. He's 3-1 against the Mariners. And Jonesy strikes out on 3 pitches. That is the 7th strikeout for Josh Tomlin. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. 7 strikeouts, no walks with Tomlin. Here's Cano. He's had a bad night, striking out, looking, and swinging. Bouncing ball. Swisher plays it on the hop. Throws out his former teammate with the Yankees. 2 away.
Looks like we're going to get a chance to see Brandon Maurer out of the pen again. He was impressive in his first outing when he was recalled. Topped out at 99 miles an hour.
There's Kyle Seager. 1 for 2, the only Mariner hit. One to 0 to Kyle. Tomlin 3-0 here at Safeco Field. 3.05 ERA. Hits the outside corner. 1-1. Only 2 strikes. View from near the foul pole in left field. So Josh Tomlin out of Bullard, Texas, 29 years old, 6'1", 190. He is throwing a gem here tonight. 2-2.
He missed with that curveball, but that's been a really good pitch for him tonight.
Tomlin's best year in the big leagues. 2011 with the Tribe, 12-7, a big ERA at 4.25 and 26 starts. Tomlin's best start this season before tonight on May 6th against Minnesota, his first start of the season. He went 6 2/3, 4 hits, 4 Ks, and allowed 1 run in a 4-1 victory. 2-2. Count runs full. Seager can keep it going. Logan Morrison's on deck. Three-2 to Seager. Got him. 8 strikeouts for Tomlin, in charge tonight here on Italian Heritage Night at Safeco Field. When we come back, we'll take a look at Rick Rids playing some bocce ball. Intense competition. How about bocce ball here on Italian Heritage Night? Brett Adam, Rick Riz. It's before the game. A little strong by Brad. Come on, Riz, out of Chicago, you got to represent. Like the body English.
I did. Hey, good shot by Brad.
They got smoked last year, so nice to see him bounce back with a win. Here's Brandon Maurer pitching to Asdrubal Cabrera. It'll be Cabrera, Brantley, and Santana, 2, 3, and 4 here for the Tribe.
Maurer recently recalled in the bullpen. He was starting earlier in the year and struggled ERA over 7. And he was impressive in his first outing against the Red Sox, topping out at 99 miles an hour. In fact, he hit 99 a number of times. Pitched 2 innings, had 4 strikeouts.
Always been acknowledged that he has good stuff. 1-2. 96. You come in as a reliever, you don't have to worry about a game plan, just coming in. How you chucking tonight? Pretty good to start.
Yeah, you don't have to save anything, just get after it.
One out here in the 8th. Vote for Cano. Cast your ballot to send the Mariners second baseman to the All-Star game in Minnesota. When you vote Cano at mariners.com/vote, you're going to automatically be entered to win a Yes We Cano signed t-shirt by Robinson himself. Vote 30 or more times and you have the chance to meet the 5-time All-Star. For official rules and to vote Cano, log on to mariners.com/vote. Here is Michael Brantley. Brantley, an RBI single to left and 2 ground outs to second base. This is playable. Good angle for Brad Miller. And makes a catch in fair territory. 2 away. Brendan Maurer. Quick 2 outs here in the 8th.
Carlos Santana due up, switch hitter. Hitting right-handed against Elias. He was 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. He'll turn around and hit left-handed against Maurer. And a struggle for him this year, hitting just .210 on the year. Mariners put the shift on. Santana waiting for Kyle Seager to get over on the right side of the infield.
Strike 1. Certainly it's a different Brendan Maurer we're seeing. 0-2 here to Santana. It's a good thing.
Different body language, right? He looks like he has a lot of confidence in what he's doing, and he's been impressive. We talked about last year when he came out of the bullpen, he pitched well.
Foul. 0-2. Swing and a miss. That's an outing right there. That is a big boy 8th inning by Brendan Maurer. 1, 2, 3 with a couple of Ks. 5-0 Indians.
As we go to the bottom of the 8th, Brandon Maurer, absolutely no fair in the top half of the inning. Angie Mentink here, and it is time for our AT&T fan photos of the game. This is where you tweet your photos using the hashtag Mariners fan photo to have a chance to have it shown later in the game. We start with Sarah. Sarah's here with all of her lady friends and the Moose. And then we've got Ganger. Caught a ball for his son during batting practice. Well done, Dad. And lastly, we have Sloan at the game tonight with her friend. Again, make sure you tweet your photos using the hashtag Mariner fan photo. Guys?
All right, Angie, thank you very much. A one-hit shutout through 7 for Josh Tomlin, who has one career complete game. He's got Logan Morrison, Mike Zunino, and Michael Saunders here in the 8th. Lomo tonight. Grounded out to short. Flied out to center.
Well, we've seen Tomlin a lot, and this is by far the best that we've seen him. 88 pitches, 62 strikes, only 26 balls from Tomlin tonight. And again, his fastball has been 89, 90 miles an hour. He's had a good cutter. Mixed in a 12-6 curveball. That has been an effective pitch for him. An occasional changeup to the left-handers.
Took a lot off of that pitch. It's a foul ball. Only hit tonight by the Mariners. A 5th inning leadoff single to left by Kyle Seager. Tomlin struck out 8. Hasn't walked anybody. Started the game perfectly. Trying the first 12 men that he faced before the Seager base hit. Two and two.
Mark Zepchinski, the left-hander, loose in the pen. Just in case. 90 pitches now for Tomlin.
Former Toronto Blue Jay. Time called. He runs a full count.
It's one of the things that's been impressive with Logan. Yeah, he's been getting his hits, and he's hit some home runs. I think the difference from the start of the year after he's come back from his rehab is he seems to be more patient. He hasn't chased too many pitches off the plate. Another full count for him.
Back-to-back full counts rung up by Tomlin. And strike 3 called.
What a good cut fastball. Looked like it was going to be off the plate away. Ends up getting the outside corner.
9 strikeouts for Tomlin.
Not many pitches in the middle of the plate tonight. Right on the outside corner. No argument from Morrison.
Four of his 9 strikeouts have been looking. And that's a career best 9 strikeouts as Zunino swings through. Mike Z struck out twice tonight. Both times swinging. This young man is throwing a dandy ball game. Oh, 2 to Mike. And he strikes him out. 10 Ks. He's mowing right through him. We asked if Kuma if he wanted a bobblehead night. He said yeah. So coming up on Saturday, July 12th against the A's, first time ever. Sashi Iwakuma bobblehead night free to the first 20,000 fans. Thanks to the folks at Root Sports. They also nodded yes that you should pick up your tickets at Mariners.com.
Michael Saunders 0 for 2 tonight.
0-1 to Saunders. 0-2. Last time the Mariners were one hit, it was back on April 9th. The Angels' Garrett Richards did it. It's Tom Wilhelmsen warms up. Tomlin in charge here. 2 out, nobody on, an 0-2 count. He went. And they're going to. That'll do it right there. So Saunders has gone 11 strikeouts as Tomlin strikes out the side in the 8th inning. Dominating one-hit shutout. It has been all Cleveland tonight, offensively, defensively. You've got Josh Tomlin throwing a one-hit shutout. He was perfect through 4. Meanwhile, the Mariner offense got nothing done here tonight. And Roenis Elias not sharp, giving up 5 runs, all earned. Here's Tom Wilhelmsen, the 3rd man out of the bullpen this evening.
For Tom, 30 appearances on the year, 37 strikeouts in the 41 innings that he has worked. Opponents hitting just 199 off of Tom. Good fastball, 95 to 97 miles an hour, 12-6 curveball, and a changeup to the lefties.
It's got Jason Kipnis leading off. Tom pitched on Wednesday night, 5-4 loss to Boston. Floyd McClendon couldn't say enough good things about him. The 3 innings work, 2 hits and 3 strikeouts. Drops in an off-speed pitch there. Strike 2. Kipnis tonight, couple of walks and a ground out. Bouncing ball, easy play for Morrison. 1 away. Time for a Seattle City Light power play, and Yan Gomes continues to just pour it on against the Mariners. That's his 3rd home run against Seattle.
Third of getting a fastball that he could handle, his 9th home run of the year. Came in his last at bat in the 6th inning.
Eighth inning. 1 out, nobody on. Pitch to Yan. Strike 1. Tom throwing with a lot of confidence, 0-2. Count stays 0-2. Tomlin will be going for his second career complete game, and the last time the Mariners had a one-hit complete game thrown against them was Zach Greinke when he was with Kansas City in 09.
Already with a career high 11 strikeouts in this one.
Bouncing ball to Cano. 2 away. 2 away here in the top of the ninth. Make your voice heard. Nominate your favorite plays of the week by tweeting us using the hashtag RootFanFave. Watch the Mariners pregame show tomorrow at 12:30. Find out the top 5 fan favorite plays of the week. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. 2 outs, nobody on, brings up Nick Swisher. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Pitch. Good changeup. 1-1. Two and one. Two balls and 2 strikes. Nick Swisher, 9th inning. Don't forget tomorrow, Felix Hernandez against T.J. House, the finale of this series.
Yeah, and the Mariner bullpen looking to go 3 scoreless again. Tom, good fastball tonight, 96 miles an hour.
2-2 here to Swisher. Took a lot off and struck him out. Tom Wilhelmsen, 3 outstanding innings a few days ago against Boston. Gets it done here tonight. Mariners got to get some offense cranking. Time's running short. Dustin Ackley, Brad Miller, and Andy Chavez coming up. Ninth, down 5-0 in front of a crowd of 23,012. Playing John Denver's Thank God I'm a Country Boy here. Meanwhile, Josh Tomlin's got a gem work, a one-hit shutout. He struck out a career best 11, hasn't walked anybody. Most recent Indian one-hit victories, Billy Traber back in 03 beat the Yankees 4-0.
He has consistently done that all night.
Struck out the last 4 men that he's faced, and 5 of the last 6. Ackley tonight 0 for 2. Bartolo Colon threw a one-hit shutout back in 2000 against the Yankees. Tommy Kramer in 93 and Charles Nagy, I remember him of course in 1992 against Baltimore. Two and one. Mark Zaczynski and Cody Allen getting ready just in case. Tried Terry Francona's ball club put 2 runs on the board in the first, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Ackley is now 2-2. Down low, full count. Josh Tomlin out of Bullard, Texas, 29-year-old right-hander. He's 3-2 here to Ackley. Bouncing ball to Swisher. Underhand to Tomlin. Just got that foot in there. 1 out.
Low throw from Swisher. Able to handle it though and beats Ackley to the base. Dustin has grounded out to first a couple times in this one tonight, but a good play by Tomlin. Everything going his way.
We'll see. There's Brad Miller, 0 for 2, fly to left, strikeout looking. Fly ball left field, left center field. Long run for Bourne. And he's there on the track for out number 2. Gave it a ride, but not enough. Last hope here for the Mariners is Endy Chavez. Indy tonight, 3 flyouts, 0 for 3. Strike 1. Oh, and 2. He's so dialed in, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. It's almost as doing the same thing to everybody. Paint a fastball away, you get the good curveball in there.
So 0-2, Josh Tomlin pitching here to Endy Chavez. 2 outs in the 9th. Off the plate, 1-2. Tomlin had lost 3 consecutive starts prior to tonight. 1-2 to Endy. Didn't miss by much. Two. Dribbled it over to Swisher, taking himself, and Josh Tomlin has thrown an absolute beauty. A one-hit shutout, complete game, his second career complete game, dominating the Mariners 5-0. to even this series at a game apiece. 22nd time in Mariners history they've been held to no or one hit. First guy to do it, Nolan Ryan, and now Tomlin.
I guess the only thing you can say is the good news. Felix Hernandez will take the mound tomorrow, and hopefully the Mariners can win the series. It's tied up 1-1 now.
5-0 as the Indians dominate here tonight at Safeco Field. Back with more right after this.